What's going on, guys? Um, it is sad what happened in San Bernardino County. Very sad. This is the second mass shooting in a week, and it's like the third one we've had in less than 60 days almost. And it is becoming a pattern here in America. It's unfortunate that whenever it happens, the only thing the lawmakers have to say, mainly on the Republican side, is let's say a prayer. Well, of course, as y'all have heard, it's kind of sparked an outrage in one of the magazines where they said that uh, God isn't fixing this. All right, I think that's an appropriate response because we all know that heaven helps those who help themselves. Okay, we can't keep praying for other people's families when they're being affected by these people that are getting their hands on assault style weapons and deciding to end innocent people's lives. Now, the shooting in San Bernardino County happened to be by two individuals that happen to be Muslim. All right. I did find it interesting that the media pointed that out and some wanted to whisper the word terrorism even before the investigation had concluded. Now, it did come out that the individual had traveled to the male had traveled to Saudi Arabia in 2013. Now, most Muslims, 90% of Muslims travel to Saudi Arabia at some point, as it's what they're asked to do as part of what's called the Hajj. So I don't think that qualifies, a lot of Muslims to be potential terrorists. It's part of their religion. All right. I mean, I know a lot of people, and you probably know a lot of people who travel to a Muslim country. I mean, a lot of us are fans of going to Dubai, right? A lot of people don't know. They may know that Dubai is a Muslim country. Okay. And if you travel there, that shouldn't qualify that you may be a potential terrorist. Although nowadays it might flag you for extra security when you're traveling back to the United States. But getting beyond that, I don't think that should have been brought up, and that shouldn't have been a major focal point. Now, it is being reported that the individual had connections to radical individuals outside the country. Once again, I don't know if that qualifies you to be a potential terrorist because I'm sure a lot of us have received strange texts, strange emails from strange people. And, nowadays with data mining and all this surveillance, you responding to that individual, should they happen to be on a terrorist watch list, will qualify you as communicating with a terrorist. So I don't think that should have ruled it to be a terrorist, you to be a potential terrorist, should you communicate with somebody who happens to be a terrorist, because you may not know that. Now, it was interesting that they found pipe bombs at the individual's house, and I'm just racking my brain like, okay, this is a husband and wife, all right? They got a 6 month old. How does a husband and wife who are somewhat newlyweds, who have a 6 month old, decide to go take the lives of their coworkers, 14 people and counting, knowing that you just brought a life into this world and you may not survive it. I don't like to delve into um, you know, believing and that crazy things are happening in this world. But the individual was an environmental specialist. He was, employed in that field. That's what he studied. And I'm just wondering, did he take some medicine? Did he get exposed to something that just made him go crazy? I mean, you think about these mass shootings that happen. And people always say they were regular people. They were normal people. I've never seen them act like this. And one day they wake up and decide to pick up a gun and go shoot up a school, shoot up their coworkers. I'm like, it's look. I'm a fan of the movie The Walking Dead, the show, and in it you see the world coming to an end, people dying and coming back as zombies. And I'm like, when I hear people, go and do these mass shootings, I'm like, were these people momentarily zombified? And is this that manifesting? I mean, look, we try to understand some of these things the way we try to understand and try to rationalize to say, is there something in the water? Is there something in the medication? Of course, we hear about mental illness, okay? The Republicans want to focus on mental illness. Democrats, liberals would like to take away everybody's guns, okay? Now, I have a family, all right? I would not like for anybody to restrict my ability to protect my family. I'm about as liberal as they come. I've often had harsh views on guns, but I watch what's going on in the world, and I see that the crazy people have guns, the bad people have guns, you know, the good people have guns, the people that decide to wake up to and eradicate people's life have guns. So I would be a fool if I say they have guns, but for some reason I'm gonna not want to get a gun, or for some reason I'm gonna legislate for people to not have guns. No, it is obvious that the two things that makes a person with a gun equal to somebody else is for that other person to have a gun as well. Okay, if somebody walks into your home right now to rob you, you can't throw a Bible at them and they stop. I don't care how much praying you do, the odds of that happening is not gonna happen. But if you throw a bullet at them coming out of a gun, they're gonna stop. So I don't think it's one answer to this problem. Okay, I don't think taking away everybody's guns is the answer. I don't think restricting regular people's ability to access guns as the answer. It's unfortunate that when these things happen, it's almost like a walking advertisement for gun manufacturers. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality. Okay, the only thing that stops a person with a gun is a gun. You can't advocate for there to be for people to not be able to purchase guns because they're already out there. The guns are already out there in somebody's closet, and that person or their relative may wake up one day and say, you know what? Today's gonna be the day I cause mass havoc, and I will not be the person that's at my job or in a grocery store and somebody walks in and decides to take it upon themselves to send people to heaven, and I'm not equipped to protect myself. I'm involving y'all. Work with me, but it's sad. We pray for the families of the affected, and we just pray. And then look, since this was a workplace related matter, I'll just give you a piece of advice, because it is stated that the individual left the party angry. Okay, so it's obvious that something was said. The individual that said it to him probably doesn't want to come forward, or he may no longer be with us. But something was said to this individual to make him go home with his wife and get their guns and come back. All right. Look, we all heard about people going postal back in the 90s. We don't use that term anymore, but it could still happen. If you have somebody at your job, at your place of business that you don't get along with, that you're always talking noise to or whatever, and they always look like they're about this close to going off the edge, leave them alone. All right? Look, you don't know what people are capable of. Okay? I'm beyond the age where if I get into an argument with somebody, they say, meet me outside. I'm not going to meet them outside. If it's going to go to throwing hands, we're going to do it right then and there where I know they don't have anything. I don't have anything. Only thing we got are these. Those days are gone beyond us. But this video is getting long, so I'm going to end it here. And I'm just going to say, look, protect yourself, okay? If you choose to bear arms, absolutely do so. But I don't think you should restrict people's ability to do it. I'm for responsible gun control. I'm for the responsible use of guns at this point, because it just doesn't make sense if the loonies, the crazies, the evil people, if they have guns, and me, a sane person, or another sane person who just wants to protect their families, you tell me not to get a gun. I'm just not going to hear anything you have to say. All right. Thank y'all very much for tuning in. Y'all stay blessed.